everybody, it's Anna. Okay, I'm going to try and put something in here. Talking nails. So I'm trying to put this in there. So let's see if it works. Okay, tap on that. Pin comment, there it is. Woohoo! It worked. Hey, Nails by Megan, how are ya? Okay, so let's do kind of a little bit of hellos. It's nice to see you guys. That's so awesome. Okay, foofed. Foofed. Hi Maria, how are you? It was nice chatting with you earlier. Adriana. That is my niece's name, Adriana. I think they call her Adriana. Anyway, hey Rhea, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, so let's see, we've got about 30 of you. So let's just get started, and hopefully we won't have any weird scamming men who are like, stop talking about nails. Anyway, so I had questions, 3 questions to start with, and for the life of me, I can't find the notes, at least for the original question, so that I could give them credit. Gosh darn it. I'm going to answer that real quick. Does Simply Pure help with acne? I'm guessing not, but I was just wondering. You would, yes or no, depending on your skin. A lot of people do a kind of an oil treatment for their skin. It depends on how dry your skin is, but I know that a lot of us right out of the shower, I put oil and our lotion stick on it, on my skin, and love it. Love, 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 love. Okay, so let me deal with the first one. Help, please. Okay. So the first question is, how do I deal with hangnails? And it depends on what hangnail you're talking about, whether you're talking about the hangnail that shreds down here, or whether you're trying to get the little teeny hangnails. Can I do this real close? The little hangnails that seem to happen right there in the middle, they're just little hard bits of skin that sort of seem to scrape off. And so the way I deal with them is I have my trusty little infant nippers. So I like these because they're teeny tiny and can get into those tight spaces. So if I've got that little piece of skin right there, and I am what we are calling in our testing group, a perfectionist picker. You would not know that I have a picking issue. So anyway, if I get one of those little hangnails right there, it will just, I will work at it and I will work at it, and then I will tear it and it will bleed and it will get infected and it hurts like the, anyway, so trusty little clippers. I have these with me everywhere. So what I do is I just clip that tiny, teeny little piece of skin, because it's dead. That little part of skin is dead. But if you pull it and you rip it, you are going into live skin and it's gonna hurt like the son of a, anyway, you get the point. You can get these for like $1 at the dollar store, I think. But they are infant nippers. I keep them attached to my purse at all times. So no, you are not, and green, you are not alone in your picking problem. And we have biters too. So we're doing a test group. So very fun. And we're also doing a test group that the results are coming in for eczema and psoriasis and skin issues of our oil and our lotion stick, helping with that. The results, unbelievable. Is gel safe for natural nails? Yes. Gel is a really, really fantastic product that could revolutionize the salon industry. The challenge is that we have so many people working in salons, especially the ones that are really, really cheap. They don't get the same education and the continuing education that really good nail professionals do, and so they use gel improperly. They will mix different brands with different lamps, and that is a big no-no. That I learned from Doug Schoon of Nail Structure. He wrote Nail Structure and Product Chemistry, my Bible. He says the biggest problem is people mixing and matching their gel with brand with their light, their curing lamp, because not all lamps are universal, as you'll see. They're not. I mean, you see those around and you can see some that are really cheap. And so basically, the company that created the gel has created also a curing lamp that works with that gel. And so, to go back to the question that you asked of are they safe for nails, yes, as long as they're applied properly and the biggest one is removed properly. And Doug says that it can take up to 45 minutes to properly remove gel and let that sit in acetone long enough so that you can just swipe off the gel. You don't ever want to push it with a device. There's lots of, I've got some of Doug's electron microscope photographs in the article nailcarehq.com, and look up safely remove gel. It's in that article. Okay, so I've talked about dealing with hangnails. This is a really a good one that's starting to show up in the Ask Anna emails that I'm getting, is why are my nails peeling after, like peeling a lot after I take off polish. So it's like they wear polish one time, take it off, and then their nails keep peeling and peeling, and they're not good for like the next 4 months. They're just a mess. And so I emailed Doug about that, and he said that besides giving me the whole list of everything that I already knew of why nails peel, he said it can come down to somebody having a reaction with the solvent, so that the solvent is getting farther into the layers of your nail plate, and it's pushing them apart, kind of like poofing them up. So that's the solvent can be causing that. So unfortunately, if you're dealing with that, maybe trying oil, like overnight oil hydration treatments, that might work. Let me see. The next one is, Gal, this is such a great question. She goes, I did the overnight hydration treatment, and so now my nail tips are kind of semi-transparent in different places, and that's what we want. Transparency is good, because the reason that you can see your pink nail bed, sorry, my nails are polished. Don't they look nice? I like them. I love red. Anyway, the reason that you can see your pink nail bed is because the nail cells are being properly nourished from the nail bed with the right blend of oil and body oil and water. Actually, this is why it's good to hydrate and drink lots of water. So where was I? Oh, okay. So she did the overnight hydration, which is great, because then that means that the oil is penetrating into her nail tips, and then she goes, but now I want white nail tips. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we don't want white nail tips, because that means that they're brittle. And anyway, so the only solution for that is if you've done the overnight hydration and you still want to have white tips, then you would need to do a French manicure. So okay, so that's the 3 questions that I had ready. So, okay, Q&A, here we go. Valerie just received her oil, excellent. And kind of disclaimer here, I'm not here to sell anything. I am here to answer your questions. I've written over 80 articles now on nailcarehq.com. And so that's what I really feel like my mission is to educate everybody and to know that the cuticle is actually the dead skin on your nail plate. And the skin that the entire planet has been taught, this skin down here is not the cuticle. It's live skin, and you never, ever, ever want to cut it. So I am going to be publishing a video this week, if it gets edited. It's in editing right now. And how to properly remove the cuticle off the nail plate, and what tools to use, what tools to not use that will anyway. Wait, somebody goes and you know what, I butcher you guys' name. Anabuti, I think. Any plans to launch anti-wrinkling serums? You know what, the best serum is our oil. People, when I go to Southern California, people are like, how do you have such beautiful skin? And by the way, hormones are like taking over. No. But one, I live in Washington and we don't get enough sun. And then the other thing is I use our oil at night and it just plumps up the skin lovely. So there you go. How do you prevent your nails from chipping in the corners when you have square shaped nails? That's a good one. Slow down. Or people with a lot thicker nails can do squares. I can't do squares because mine are a lot thinner, and so I am the same thing. If I have squared nails, I'm always breaking those corners. So that's why I am Scoville. So I mean, squares are beautiful, but the other thing would be I would like scratch the heck out of myself. I would constantly be those square corners. I'm just kind of klutzy that way. Anyway, Nailing Beauty. Let me see. Come back. Is there a difference between jojoba wax and jojoba oil? Yes. Actually, there is no such thing as jojoba oil. Jojoba wax ester is a wax ester, and a big component of our body oil is wax ester. So we have some other components that make up our body oil, but a big chunk of it is a wax ester. So jojoba seems like it's an oil, but it's really, its chemical structure is a wax ester, which is why it's able to penetrate into the nail plate and penetrate into the skin, because our body oil comes out the other direction. So, and the reason that it looks like oil is because it is liquid. There's two different kinds actually. It's liquid at room temperature. And then there's another one that, what do we call it? Jojoba 70, which means 70 Celsius. It's 151 degrees. So that one's solid until it reaches 150 degrees, and then it gets liquid. What does the lotion stick do for your nails and your skin? The lotion stick is something that, so I created our nail oil recipe because I'm allergic to almonds, and so all nail and cuticle oils have almond oil in them. So I was like, well, I got to do something, and so I started studying oils and what they do, and then I studied the ingredient lists of commercial products, and I started picking and choosing, and that's how I ended up with our recipe, and it has not changed at all since the beginning except for one ingredient. I decided to add olive squalane, and that's wonderful for your skin, very much like jojoba. So the lotion stick, my mother, who is our chemist, she created it because our oil is so light and it soaks in so fast that didn't help people who work with water, like the restaurant and hospital industry, or if they're working with fabric, hotel industry, folding towels, or fabric store, anything where you're working with fabric. Paper, if you're opening boxes or filing things or counting money like at the banks, those things all strip the oils from your skin, and even your nails. So I went to my mom and I said, Mrs. Chemist, please create something that's a little thicker, that's more like lotion. I can't stand normal lotions because their first ingredient is water, and so it leaves me feeling sticky and slimy, washes right off. And so I said, create something that's got beeswax-ish, but not so much beeswax that you can't even like barely get it on because it's too much. And it turned out, when she made all of the different samples for me, the more beeswax was in it, the more I hated the product that she'd created. So it turns out that what I needed was lanolin. And lanolin comes from sheep. It's the body oil that wicks up onto the wool. And so the problem with that, it's a wonderful oil because obviously it's a body oil, but it smells like sheep. It does not smell good at all. So we ended up going with a pharmaceutical grade lanolin, which has been gone through a process, which has pulled the fragrance out, and it costs 3 times as much. So I use the lotion stick just like you would use any lotion. Creates this wonderful, wonderful water resistant barrier so that you can wash your hands a few times before it comes off. It's fun. It's nice. Somebody says the oil is great for anti-wrinkles. Yay! Is too much nail oil bad? It'll just rinse off or wash off. So no, because basically if you have kind of too much of anything, a little bit too much water in your system, you're going to go to the bathroom more often. So it's kind of the body takes care of regulating all the things. So when you're putting the oil on, once it's soaked in enough, it won't. But we keep washing our hands. We wash our hands on average 20 times a day. So keep pulling the oils out. So you got to keep putting them back in. Which is better for our nails, lotion or oil? Start with the oil. The oil penetrates in. So if you think about it, if a product has beeswax, which is the wax, basically beeswax is really, really popular, but anything that's got a wax in it is not going to penetrate your skin the same way. It's going to actually, the wax makes it sit on top. So I would start with the oil, and then the lotion stick can certainly help seal that better from hand washing. I have a question. My nail bed is small. Can you change your nail bed? Nope. Your nail bed, the type, your nail shape, the thickness of your nail plate, all of that is determined by the size of your nail matrix back here. It's determined by the shape of your fingertip bone. So all of that, the curve of your nail like that is all affected by the matrix and your bone. So no, unfortunately, cannot change it. I love your live streams because you learn so much. Yay, thank you. What is my opinion on dipping powders? Dipping powders, I'm gonna guess you're talking about the, or is it Orly FX? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So dipping powders are basically, if you think about it, you've got a liquid and then you're dipping into a powder. This is the home easy version of acrylic nails. So that's what it is. And it's fine for, like, it's perfect for if you get a side tear or something, great for doing a repair. But in terms of long-term use, it's going to make just like acrylics, it's going to make your nails way too hard, so that when you bash them into something, you want them to bend. You don't want them that hard. So anyway, it's fine as long as your nails are shorter, but if they're longer, you're gonna have to really baby that nail or else it's gonna break. Let's see. Is there a particular nail shape that's stronger than others, or is it all the same, or does it depend on your nail condition? I naturally have squoval nails. Okay, so this is such a great question. The growth of your nails' natural shape is going to follow your cuticle line. And I really want to do an article about this. So actually the best shape is a mirror version of your cuticle line here. Those of you who have like squarish ones right here, and then you've got rounder ones, like this one's round, you get the choice. You get to pick round, or you get to pick like squoval. Anything that's going to, that like makes you happy. I mean, all the new nail shapes that, well, they've been around forever, but the popularity of the coffin, the ballerina, all of these, the pointed, the almond, a lot of people who seem to be breaking their corners all the time, they end up going more almond or round, and they find that their nails break less. So it depends on you, your lifestyle, how you move through the world, determines the best way. And if you keep breaking those corners, then Accept it. Accept that this is life and you want to go with the shape that's going to go with your life. Gail says, I'm so addicted to overnight hydration. Me too. And for those of you who don't know anything about the overnight hydration treatment, you can go to nailcarehq.com and then actually just go to Google too and type it should still be on the front page since it's a more recent article, and then type in overnight hydration treatment in Google and you'll find it. And I give all the steps for how to do it. What is my favorite polish brand? That is a fantastic question. I find that certain brands seem to chip on me more, and I'm not going to say who they are because that's not nice. But one that I really, really love is Sally Hansen, and it's seriously, seriously underrated. Everybody wants to go, salon quality and indies, and which are all great, but Sally Hansen has been around forever, so they've spent a lot of time getting their formulas right, and they're inexpensive. And this is a Sally Hansen, which, oh, by the way, this is the Sally Hansen new, it's got an oil in it, starts with an A, it's the super popular argan oil, I think. It smells really good. And so far, I've been wearing this for 3 days and it looks fantastic. And I have horses. I wear gloves, but I've got horses, so that's saying a lot. So definitely Sally Hansen, all different kinds, and they are insta-dry, great stamping polish. That's pretty much the only one I use right now. Except I just got some from Savannah Lacquer from Tiffany White. Oh, those are great for stamping too. And she does magical water marbling. I have not mastered water marbling, but it's fun seeing her amazing creations. Amy, just ran out of your oil. Save up. Our next sale is in July, middle of July. Fierce Fat Firefly. Oh my gosh, what a cute name. Hello from Berlin, Germany. Hi! It is so fun seeing you all from all over the world. Is it bad for nails to always have a UV gel builder on? The only way to remove it is by filing them off, so I'm not sure how safe they are. So what you've got is a hard gel, not a soak-off gel. And I wore hard gel for 20 years. Started because I was a lifeguard and my hands were in water all the time, and I wanted to have nice long nails, so I started with gel, and the only one that existed was hard gel, and you had to file it down. And so if I filed it down, so you do file it 50% and then just reapply and it's fine. But if you find that as you filed it down and it's kind of all starting to really crack underneath there, then what I would do is file it as thin as you can, being very careful not to get to your nail plate, and then soak in acetone. So, and then, you might want to try soak off gel. See how it works? It is more flexible, so it's nice because it will bend. But what I did really love about gel was if I whacked my nail, the gel would pop and my nail would still be there. So for those of you with really, really, really thin nails, it might be an option, but the key is to remove them properly. You have to remove them properly, otherwise you're going to do serious, serious damage. Manicure D. Hi, Anna. Hugs from Portugal. Hi. Wow. Puerto Rico. Wow. The length of my nails. Oh, thank you. I like it too. I like it that I'm actually able to do horses and still have this. Normally, when I was just typing and writing all my articles let's see, I just brought Zeus home in October, so all before that I just was typing and my nails were like 3 times as long. And it's interesting. I don't miss the longer length because I was always more worried about breaking them. So I like them. And all of you bloggers who have really, really short nails, you guys have taught me, because I was kind of a snob back then. I'm like, ooh, short nails. But you guys have taught me that as long as they're well manicured, even if your nail plate, you can still like see the fingertip past your nail, the edge of your nail. If they're well manicured, they're beautiful. So, you know, don't feel bad if you've got short nails. Just keep them nicely filed and beautiful polish. It's all good. Is it possible that the tea tree oil in our oil is causing the peeling of nails? No. And I when I first started messing with oils, I had a lot more tea tree in it, and I can't stand the smell of tea tree oil. So I just, sorry, the noise is my louver blinds. And my chimes. I love my chimes. So we have so little tea tree oil in it now. I just kept sort of backing off to just the point of where it's such a tiny amount, but it's a really great oil. Very popular, so I wanted to keep a little bit in there, but it's not enough at all. Once your nails are painted, do you oh, this is a great question. Do you still oil the whole nail or just the skin, cuticle, and the underside? I keep oiling all of it, and any of you who have acrylic or gel and polish, what the oil does, because nothing is solid. We look at nail polish and we go, oh, that's solid. No, it's not. It actually has microscopic little holes in there and stuff can get in. So the oil, especially the jojoba wax ester, it's so small and it gets in there and it penetrates the top surface of your product that you've got on your nails, and so it helps prevent premature cracking. So if you've ever been able to actually wear your nail polish for like 7-10 days and then it's starting to crack and stuff, that's just because the polish is drying out. So hope that helps. Let's see. My nail just broke. I'm sorry, niece. A few of you love Sally Hansen. Yay. And I love it because it's like, okay, do I spend $10, $15 on one polish, or can I take that and buy $3, $4? Although Sally's getting some more expensive ones, like their salon ones, but I love the wide brush. Anything that's got a wide brush, and I know those of you with really teeny nails hate the wide brush, but I really, really like it because it makes it so that when you push down on the brush and you fan it out, it makes it so I can do 3 strokes, because my nails are actually pretty wide. I know you guys can't tell that, but is the overnight hydration the lotion gloves thingy? Yes. You don't like wearing gloves when you're sleeping. I hated it too. The first 2 times I didn't get the greatest sleep because the nitrile gloves did keep waking me up, but after 2 nights, and I only do it like once a week, once every couple of weeks, just because I try and keep my nails polished all the time. So, and you got to have naked nails. So, so yes, it is the oil first, slather that on, then the lotion stick, and then put on nitrile gloves and go to sleep. And your hands will feel like baby bum soft in the morning. And your nail curve will still be the same. That tells me that you're not absorbing any water or sweat from your hands. And yeah, and your nail tips, for those of you who have tips, parts of it will turn transparent. And what that means is the oil has penetrated through both the bottom and the top, and it's penetrated through all of the layers, just like where it is on your nail bed. So that's a good thing. Why does it seem like my nails are heavier on one side? Not filed lopsided, but your C curves, oh, just tight. Your C curve seems to be more curved on one side. That is because of, again, the shape of your nail matrix and also your bone. So, and then like It's not showing up very much. This one, my thumb. Can you all see that? I cannot tell you how hard this is to do this. But like this one's nice and curved, and then this one goes, it's a nice curve, and then it hooks down. That is because I smashed this thumb when I was about 10 years old. I smashed it in the door of my mom's VW Bug, and the door latched shut. Oh my God, it hurt so bad. I ended up losing the nail. It turned green and all of that. But obviously there was some damage that happened around. So that curve where it does that, that's actually a ridge. And then on either side, it's weaker. And so it just bends, and that corner just, if I bump it, it just breaks all the time, which is why my thumbs are usually pretty short compared to the rest of my nails. So that C curve is just tighter, and if the oil doesn't help, then what I do is, when I have some really tight ones, is that I file that edge, and it's perfectly fine to file the edges of your nails to change the shape. Anyway, I file that edge and that corner off a little bit, which helps it helps relax that C curve. It helps. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, try it. See if you like it. We don't get the Sally Hansen Insta Dry ones in Germany. I'm sorry. So to go with that, of anything that is considered a quick dry polish, is probably going to work pretty well as a stamping polish because it's thicker. My challenge with polishing my nails, especially because I was telling you they're bigger, is I have trouble getting it all polished before some of it starts to dry. So I don't tend to like them for just my regular polish, but try other ones if they say that they are a quick dry polish, like a colored polish. Can you do the overnight skin hydration treatment in the morning or the afternoon? Yes, I just did this when I was at work working on this next, it's a huge article about nail biting. And it's gonna have lots of sciencey research. I've been poring over scientific literature that makes my eyes go cross-eyed because I'm not a scientist. I'm like, what is this saying? Anyway, so I had naked nails, and I was like, I'm just gonna do this at work. And it worked great. And it worked just like, so that's a good solution. It worked just like I had gone to bed. And I think I did it for about 4 or 5 hours. So actually that's better than, that's a good idea. I should add that to the article. Oops. Let's see. You do? Oh, lovin' living my crazy life. She says, I do it while cleaning for a couple of hours. Brilliant. Yay. Oh, Soccer Chick says, I still have the 4-ounce bottle since 2014 and it's still good, doesn't smell rancid. That's the benefit of keeping it in the refrigerator or the freezer. And then you just bring out the bottle and let it sit on your counter until because the olive oil in it is the one that gets really, you stick a bottle of olive oil in the refrigerator and it gets hard. So you just put it out on the counter and it softens. I love my nails. Thank you. Which type of Sally Hansen is best for wearing? Any of them. I'm really, really liking the salon manicure, the salon line. I don't remember the name of it exactly, but those are a little bit more expensive. So I kind of wait till they're like on clearance colors, or if they're on sale. I like sales. I think we all like sales. This was another Rhea. My nails seem to curve more on one side rather than curve evenly. Why is that? Bone structure, matrix, whether you've got, especially like sorry, I don't mean to flip you off, but most of us write with either the right hand or left hand. But however you hold that pencil, like, I don't know if you can see it, that bump right there, that is a bone spur. And that happens because of the buildup of calcium, because when we write for 15, 20 years in school, there's so much rubbing that the body adds more calcium right there. So you get this bone spur. And because of having that bone spur there, it affects this part of the matrix. And so, yeah. So that can really screw up this side of the nail, which I find happens for me a lot. And that corner, this corner here, will break a lot. So, especially on this thumb, I file that this direction so that I really take that curve off and it relaxes it. Sally Hansen brush is magic. I know, right? Okay. Which Sally Hansen do I prefer for polish? I like all of them. I really do. Except, like I was saying, a quick dry, because I can't get it polished fast enough. Let's see. Fierce Fat Firefly. I just love that name. I've had good results with Essence, the gel, as a stamping polish. Oh, that's good. Most metallic polishes also work really good as stamping polishes. Right now, my favorite one is Essie Leggy Legend. The Essie Gold and the Bronze, I don't know if they have them anymore, but I bought like 2 or 3 bottles of it because they stamp so beautifully. Oh, Red's Mystery. My nails are crap at the moment thanks to some medication. Medication will screw up your nails. I can explain that a little bit more if you guys would like. I've been on this medication for the last 6 months, but normally they're great thanks to you and Bliss Kiss. Yay! Except for my thumbs, they split about halfway. When you say they split about halfway, does that mean they tear to the side? Because that's what happens to my thumbs all the time because they are flatter. Flatter nails tear from the side a lot more. So my thumbs tend to tear, which is another reason why I keep them shorter. Because they will tear way, 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 way back there, and it's like, ooh, it hurts. So, yeah, and if the medication is short term, oh, this is a good thing to talk about. Anytime you're going along, your nails are fine, and then all of a sudden it seems like your tips are peeling and they're just not behaving, and you're like, what suddenly happened? What suddenly happened was about 4 months ago, where if you are starting a new medication or you've been diagnosed with some sort of a health issue, if you got a divorce, anything that's stressful, new job, boyfriends, husbands, girlfriends, just fighting, if you've got constant fighting and not a good relationship, all of those kind of things that are big events, even for you girls who are still in school, just starting school, and that couple of months that it takes to sort of ease in, and anyway, anything that's a big change, 4 months from now, you're going to see that in your nail tips. And so it's just being patient with yourself. If you get peels that are starting to peel backwards, what I do is if the peeling part is sticking way up, I clip that with my little baby nippers, and then very, very carefully with a crystal nail file, I will file that little peeling area. And if it seems like it's enough of a thicker peel, then I kind of fill that in with a little bit of nail oil, and then polish my nails. So hope that helps. Down to the quick. Oh, wait. So Red says that they split about halfway down to the quick. So when we talk about the quick, that's usually where the at the hyponychium is this back side right here, this guardian seal. If you push on that skin, don't, at least don't very hard. But that is the guardian seal for the underside and keeps germs and bacteria out of your nail bed. So if they're splitting about halfway right at the quick, that's just wear and tear. And it could be the fact that your nails are, because they're thinner from the medication, there's thinner sections because the medication is affecting your digestion, and because you're not getting great digestion to your matrix, the body is taking care of its inner part, and nails are the last thing the body thinks is real important. So hope that helps. If not, if it doesn't, Reds, if it doesn't, email me. How long does it keep without refrigeration? Our oil has a 9-month shelf life. I kind of have given the 4-ounce bottle just because it's so much bigger, a 12-month shelf life if it's sitting out. The reason is because grapeseed oil is the most fragile oil. It has a shelf life of 9 months. The olive oil has a shelf life of 2 years, and because jojoba wax ester is not an oil, it actually never goes rancid. But because we've got the grapeseed oil in there, it has a shorter shelf life unless you keep it in the refrigerator or the freezer. KT, the girl wonder, says, my nails are brittle even using oil. Should I use a hardener? Oh, well, okay, I wouldn't use a hardener. I would use a strengthener. And they are different. A hardener is usually liquid, and it does penetrate into those top surface layers, and it glues them together in not a great way, because it does make your nails too hard so they won't bend when you hit something. So I wouldn't go with a nail hardener. A nail strengthener, if you Google nailcarehq.com and nail strengthener, you'll get to that article. Sorry, it's a 3,000 word article, but it's really good. It's really good. And so if your nails are short, there's no problem using a nail strengthener, because that will help you get a little bit of tips. But as those tips get longer, again, they're not going to bend, because it strengthens. What it does is the resins that are in a nail strengthener are harder and tighter together, so it works kind of like a corset around your nails and holds it really tight. And so as your nails get longer, because it's holding that so tight, they're gonna break. So thank you for answering the how do you clean the underside of your nails question. I did it wrong the whole time. Maybe that's why my nails got weaker. Yeah, so I think that video, is that video up yet? I have this great team member, James, and he's helping me so much, and he's editing all of the videos. He edits the live feeds that we're doing. So those, if you miss it, it will be up on YouTube the following week. I can't guarantee when the following week, but so you're welcome to that. And I'm really glad I could help, because it is a big issue where people will take a sharp pointed tool and they'll want to dig the dirt out, and it's really damaging, because you cannot help but push on that hyponychium, which then it's almost, you're behaving like a nail biter. Is you're pushing that hyponychium back. You're making the hyponychium move back, like as if a nail biter. And so you only want to clean that with like alcohol, rubbing alcohol or acetone, and with a soft makeup brush. And so that video will show you how I do it. Somebody says, my C curve changes with the length and moisture of your nails. When hands are really dry, the C curve is intense. Yes. And if you don't wrap, this is one thing that I learned, because every time I went camping, and I used to live in Southern California, and we'd go to the Sierra Nevada mountains. Anyway, not Sierra Nevada, Sierra Mount. Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, because it was warm and dry up there, you know, your higher elevation, my nails would get so tight. It almost became like an O curve rather than a C curve. And so later, in this last 5 years, I have learned that you're losing, even if you've polished your nails on this side, you are absorbing water, and you are also losing oil and water from the underside. And so the solution for that is to wrap your base coat and your top coat all the way around to your finger, and then that seals off this side so that you don't have water absorption and your nails don't dry out as much. Does the Simply Peel work? Is it worth it? I developed Simply Peel. Yes, it works. We have lots and lots of videos in our Instagram account showing that, and also videos on our website at myBlissKiss.com. I created it because when you remove the cuticle, that is the dead skin on the nail plate, the main ingredient, the active ingredient that works in cuticle removers is lye, and lye is caustic. It dissolves your skin. It is the only ingredient that dissolves skin very, very well. There really is no substitute. Because my mom and I had conversations about this for 2 years. I was like, Mom, you need to create something so that the cuticle remover does not touch the live skin. Because what would happen is when I had it touch the live skin, I would get these little shreddy hangnails. Oh, those hurt. Anyway, so I was like, we have to figure out a solution. Have to figure out something. And when I saw Liquid Palisade, I was like, that's a cool product. But she was using it for nail art. And as the more I started to think about it, I was like, oh my gosh, that is the solution. That covers the skin so that the lye of your cuticle remover does not touch the live skin. So that's why I created it. It just happens to be fun and work with messy nail art, and I've used it as a peel off base coat too. It doesn't last very long, but you know, if you want to like put on some glitter and change that up or take it off really easily, that's awesome. Can I change my crooked nail? Nope, but you can cosmetically. I'd have to see what it actually looks like, but you can cosmetically change something based on how you file it. So somebody says yes, Simply Peel is worth it. I think so, but I'm slightly biased. I love your live videos. Thank you. That's so nice, Tanya. High fives, lots of flowers. Woohoo! Why did I discontinue the body fluff? I know. My mom developed that one, and actually that was when I was developing the oils, she was developing the whipped body fluff. And as much as we tried it, because it did not have a wax, like beeswax in it, it arrived on people's doorsteps melted way too many times, especially because during the summer we could not control how long packages sat in a mail distribution, postal distribution place, and how hot it was. And so customers would get stuff that it still was good, but all of the air had like fizzled out of it. It hadn't turned solid, but you could get this pot that's this big and the product that's in it was that much. So we just it was really, really hard, but we had to discontinue it because it was costing us more, because we kept replacing it, because that's our policy, is we replace anything that you're not happy with. We especially will replace, one time we'll replace an order that didn't arrive thanks to the postal system. You had a bad, fierce fat firefly. You're quite chatty today. I love it. I had a bad cold 4 or 5 months ago, and now my nails broke right at the smile line. Yep, that explains it. Yep. And especially that kind of brings up, if you are in a continuing stressful situation, until that stress stops, your nails are going to be affected. They just are. So like when I had abdominal surgery, it took 18 months to heal, and my nails were crap the entire time. And so, and then there's been other stresses with the business of, you know, keeping it growing and keeping up, and as well as purchasing the new house. So my nails are kind of a mess right now, which is why I rely on polish, because polish is, especially the 5 layers, so 2 layers of ridge filling base coat, 2 layers of color, and then another layer of top coat. Now you've got, if you've got 3 layers on the bottom side, and you've got 5 layers on the top, so your tips have 8 layers of polish. That is great temporary strength. When is the best time to file your nails? When they are moist from oils or dry? Oils are fine. You do not ever want to file your nails if they are soaked with water. You will just fray them like crazy. And then once they dry, the tips are going to be all frayed, and then you're going to have to file more, especially with a crystal nail file, and you're going to make them shorter than you want. So there you go. My nails can grow long, but when it gets to a certain length, it breaks from the bottom. And I'm not sure I understand breaking from the bottom. And you know what, you guys? I have no idea how long I've been talking, and this happens to me every time. I get cut off in the middle of and I was going to set an alarm. So somebody tell me how much time I have, because I can't see my clock on my phone. I should put a clock right there on the wall. Good job, Anna. I used to bite my nails really badly and stopped in November. Does this affect how strong your nails are when they grow out? I was surprised that mine have grown in pretty strong. Or is it all down, ... I'm not sure what the all down means. But this is one of the things that I just recently learned from Doug Schoon, because I always thought, well, once you stop biting and your nails start, and your nails start growing out, that the nail would then reattach and you would be fine. And Doug said no. He said it's fine if the biting has been short term. But if you've been biting for a long time, like years and years, and you've bitten it down to here, it's done. You have permanently made your hyponychium back here, and you cannot increase your nail bed. So then all you really can do is, if that's happened and it's bitten back, just let them grow to the length you want and polish them. And then nobody will know that your nail beds are short. Learning so many things. Thanks. You're welcome. Hi from Romania. Hi. Is my favorite base coat also Sally Hansen? No, I don't have one of their base coats, because I have not found, correct me if I'm wrong, email me, but I don't think they carry a ridge filling base coat. And so, because you do not ever want to buff down the ridges on your nails, because the ridges are the thickest part. And so the weaker part, if you think about it, if you think like a mountain, the mountain has more dirt, and then not the mountain has less dirt. So same thing with your ridges. We actually want our ridges. We want to keep those. The weaker part is the grooves in between each ridge. That's where little sections of your nail matrix are not functioning at 100% capacity. So keep those ridges and fill in the grooves with a ridge filling base coat. And I like ones that have a pink tint. I don't know why that was hard to come up with, but where do I live? I live in Olympia, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to go outside and do gardening stuff. I'm planting like tons and tons of flowers. Oh, you guys, if you want to follow my personal account and see what my property looks like and all the fun stuff that's going on here, it is realanaseidel.com. So that's REALANA, S as in Sam, EIDEL. And that's my personal account. And so I just, was it last weekend? The weekend before. Planted 38 dahlias. Oh, I cannot wait. How are my horses? They are great. Yeah, and follow my personal account if you want to see Zeus. And my mom's horse is Thunder. So Zeus is a Frisian, a black. Frisians only come black, and I have been wanting him for 29 years. So that's a huge, huge dream come true for me. And then Thunder is my mom's Gypsy Vanner, and Gypsy Vanners usually come black and white. So they're the ones that pull the gypsy carriages in Europe. And so, but he's a bay, so he's this beautiful reddish brown, and he looks like, when he's grown, he's going to look like a small Clydesdale, but he's quite beautiful. Okay, has somebody told me what time it is? I don't know what time it is, and I don't want to get shut off. Oh, you put in the dot as it wouldn't let you write more. The next comment, way down in the nail matrix, I bit my nails most of your life. You're 34. I hope I answered your question, because now I've forgotten the top part of your question. Figure skater, I feel like I'm at school, except this is fun. I know, right? I can't believe how fun it is to be all geeky about nails, but it's because I've been painting my nails since I was 12-ish. So, Mizutami, hopefully I didn't butcher that too much. I have massive ridges. It's like a roller coaster. That's funny. And that's like, and like when you see really older people, I was going to say women, but it happens to men too. As we get older, our digestion doesn't work. And that's why it seems like, especially when you look at older people's hands, they have such huge ridges. Well, actually, they have huge dips. And that's because those sections, their digestion is way worse. So, oh, I'm glad you guys are liking this. Do you have German ancestors? Because Seidel sounds familiar. A little bit. I'm actually an Adams. Oh, I have a minute and I have 2 minutes. Okay, I am an Adams, and I'm related to the Adams presidents. And so my husband is the Seidel, and Seidel in German is Seidel, I think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Which means beer stein. So anyway, Frisians are beautiful, yes. Oh, you love my eyes. Thank you. I do too. I really love, can I do this? I really love the blue. 2 minutes left, 3 p.m. Thanks. Okay, I see the little countdown. It says 1 minute and 17 seconds. You guys are so nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you for keeping track of me. Oh, somebody's doing a science project on how nails grow based on my article. Yay, good job. I hope you get an A. Yes, so again, this used to bite your nails pretty badly, and you're growing them out, and your nail beds are not, and they're not gonna. If you've done enough damage, they're not gonna grow back longer. Peace, love, polish. We love you, Anna. Thank you. I really, really appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate the questions you ask me. I appreciate the love and seeing all of the little hearts going. That's so fun. So thank you, you guys. Okay, I have 20 seconds. Lots of hearts. Yay. All right. Chat with me on Instagram in my account if you have any questions. I would love to answer them here. We're going to do this every week. So I will let you know. Okay, 3 seconds. Bye, guys. Hey, it's Anna. I've written over 70 nail care articles that you can find at nailcarehq.com. And if you're looking for products that will help you have longer, stronger nails, visit myblisskiss.com. Be sure to push the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get alerted when I publish more videos. This is Anna, signing off and sending you bliss.